Yeah, what I was gonna say, let me get closer because I had to go back and sit down. What I was gonna say is the fact that I was able to manifest for you to tell on yourself basically is an indication that something within your spiritual hygiene is either not up to par, or two, what a lot of people do not realize is that no matter how much you cleanse yourself, no matter how many protection conjures you do, no matter what you do on your own behalf spiritually as a preventative, protective, and defensive measure, if you deserve to receive any kind of work, if you're moving around in the universe with nefarious intentions, if you're doing fucked up shit, that work is going to hit you no matter what. Another thing that people do not realize is that all spiritual attack, all demonic access, or rather access that demonic beings have to you, is not inherently an indication that you're doing something wrong, that you're on the wrong path, that you're not being spiritually hygienic enough, and that you're not divine. So it goes both ways. But here is what I wanted to get at. So we just heard what she said about going to someone who works with low vibe spirits, right? And then them manipulating the reading to gaslight you and to coerce you to send them more money, right? So we heard that, right? We heard that. Right? We heard that. So in the midst of you trying to come off as unbothered, trying to act unfazed, you fucked around and told on yourself. You fucked around and showed just how bothered you actually are. So this is an indication of her exposing herself because of the screenshots I sent. I sent her that email on December 18th. Today is December 21st, and now she has a video uploaded talking about reputation. And in the third pile of that video I just showed, you're literally regurgitating the messages from the email I provided. So what I didn't say in that email is that my Madalas also gave me messages telling me that she will go to my YouTube channel. She will read, you know, the things that I sent her once upon a time, like the emails I sent her telling her about herself, or just gather up information from the things that I say on my YouTube channel, and she will go and subtly redisperse that information in her own way. And in this case, she's redispersing it with the intention of trying to gaslight me into thinking that I'm not as spiritually seasoned and mature and protected as I am, and that I've done something wrong or that I'm confused. So that's what she's subtly doing in this video. This also debunks any and all claims of me being delusional or psychotic, because obviously there's a pattern here, right? There's a pattern of me getting divine guidance, me being divinely inclined towards something, my spirit saying, hey, look out for what she's about to do these next few days. There's going to be some clarity coming. There's going to be some exposure coming. And sure enough, I go to your channel and it's evident that it's there. You literally prove me right. You prove me right that I'm not just crazy, that it's not just all in my head, that I'm not delusional, And I'm not just obsessed with you. You prove me right. This is divine guidance coming to fruition by way of you mimicking things from my email. And anybody who may be considering becoming a future client of yours, may be considering putting you on a superficial, low vibe pedestal, will see this shit and be able to see this, like, this person really. And it's like you had the nerve to make the video about reputation. Sweetheart, you're making your reputation worse. You're making your reputation worse because now I have a solid receipt of you mimicking things from my email and you either remixing actual divine messages, you're using part of messages that are divine and combining them with messages that are totally demonic and or totally from your ego to make someone think something is true. You proved me right. You literally proved me right. Okay, so excuse the sun. It's kind of giving the TV a glare. But I'm gonna go. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Close my blind. One of my blinds up. Okay, this helped a lot. All right, let me go back a little bit. Don't want to go back too much. So that I can stay on topic.
I think about the Most High, my spirit guides.
Hold on, let me go back a little more. Okay.
That's what I heard. So you got yourself in a pickle. I heard you got yourself in a bind. You dug this grave. You chose this carnelian. What's your reputation? You are being seen as, I heard coddled. You are being seen as someone that had it easy. You know, when I have bad days, what keeps me going is thinking about my worst days. Other things keep me going, of course, like prayer, alignment, prioritizing what's meant to be prioritized. But when I'm down on my luck, I think about the Most High, my spirit guides, and I think about my past. And another thing I think about, the things that other people in this world go through that are much worse than anything I've ever went through in this life. I think about what some of my ancestors went through. I think about some of the past life dreams I had. And you had it good. You had it real good. And you was going on the up and up. I tell my clients all the time, hold yourself accountable. It's just you. Feel it. Do it alone. In the comfort of your room. Nobody's there. Take accountability and change. And you didn't do that. So now everybody knows. So now everybody see. So there was a bad deal that happened. And this is why I make sure when people buy stuff from me, like Conjure and stuff like that, Justice Magic and XYZ, and bullying, gossiping, and slander word, XYZ, it comes with a mandatory reading, okay? And even then, you could go to somebody who worked with low vibrational entities and stuff like that, and even if they read you, it's a wrong reading. Or they will manipulate and reword certain stuff just to get you to funnel them cash. So either you got a false reading, I heard from multiple people, and or you purchased a bunch of work that you never got a reading for. You bound yourself to whatever you pay for. You're opening portals that you don't know nothing about. You opening portals that you don't have no business opening. A lot of people assume a lot of things about me, but they never really know how much I prioritize spiritual hygiene. They just think I do whatever the fuck I want and don't prioritize divine instructions and divine guidance.
Anyone who wants to abuse their self proclaimed authority or their massively externally endorsed authority, they can label anything that they do, any action that they have, as a divinely guided action, as a divinely inclined action, right? The same goes for me. The same goes for anybody else in this world who has a position of authority and or even if not a position of authority, excuse me, but just the ability to influence other people can do that, right? But how you know who's righteous in this situation and who is the fraud, who is using divine or spiritual jargon to be able to manipulate people, we look at the facts. We look at the facts that are being presented. We look at the patterns. We look at the extensive amount of receipts that I presented to you all on this channel last year in the videos I made about her. So, yeah, I mean, intuition will let you know the truth, but also just common sense. Also just properly accounting for the facts that you've been given and what you can see and hear with your own eyes and ears. So, yeah, obviously, we see that I've provided receipts of the email I sent. You all can go to I can't send you, I don't think I can show you the timestamp for the email itself, but you can go to my community board and see the date that I posted that email, right? So that's proof right there. And it's funny, my Madalis told me to post it to my community board, and I was reluctant because I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, how other people would perceive that, like if it was too much for people, or what have you. I do, I love myself and I love how unique my spiritual path is and how intricate things are for me and the depth of knowledge that I have. But I know that not everybody receives that well. So I was reluctant to post it for that reason, making it public. But they told me to post it and I did. And after I posted it, I didn't feel so bad about it. But that stands as a receipt that, yes, generally, anybody could misuse spiritual jargon and say that an action of theirs is righteous, an action of theirs is divine. But clearly, there's a pattern of abuse here because you are piggybacking off of, intentionally, consciously mimicking the email I sent you and regurgitating it out to your subscribers, your viewers, to turn the narrative and make yourself seem good.